Go watch Maggie's videos. She has been doing this forever. She's obviously a pro at this point.
No, you saw me trying to set up my camera.
But it worked. We got there. But we made a video on her channel too, and it's pretty cool. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about embarrassing stories. We have a bunch. I embarrass myself all the time.
Same.
Yeah, I just felt like I needed to share it because, I don't know. People love laughing at my pain,
Might as well laugh over our pain, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna go every other, and probably we're gonna have a little competition to see who probably embarrassed themselves the worst. So we have our list, and do you want to go first or do you want me to?
No, you should go first then.
Okay, so my first one, I have a lot in high school. I embarrassed myself a lot in high school. And the first one, so my brother was on the soccer team, and he had like his merch for his soccer team or whatever you want to call it. And so my parents got 2 hoodies for them and 1 for me. I got it that day. I like put it on. I went to school and I was just like, oh, this is really nice, whatever. And there was a sub teacher for my English class, and I got up to go do something, and apparently he just started yelling. He was like, hey, you, hey. And I like didn't know that he was talking to me. He was kind of like a rough sub teacher, like one of those, you know? And he goes, baby Mersh. And I was like, what? Like, did he just call me baby Mersh? I turned around and I was kind of like, what the heck?
This is coming.
I was like, why did you call me that? And he was like, it says it on the back of your shirt. And I literally was like, oh my gosh. And all my friends, like, I moved my hair because it was a hoodie and it was kind of covering it, and I go, it does not say that. And everyone died laughing, and it was so uncomfortable. Like, I had no idea. I never even looked at it. And I go home and my parents have Mama Mersh and Papa Mersh on theirs, and I was like, why did you do this to me?
That's funny. I did that once, but my name was just spelled wrong, so at least it didn't say that.
Yeah,
that's just funny though.
I was so caught off guard though. Like, you're
like, can you say that? So mine, I have 1 from college. I like did not feel good this day, and I was like, I need to go to class. So I went to class, and the girls I like sat with in the class sat in the front row. You know me, I don't ever sit in the front row, but anyway, we're sitting in the front row, and I was just like, I do not feel good. And I was like, I'm going to throw up. And I was like, I'm not gonna stand up and like just leave. Like, this is so awkward. Like,
it's a huge lecture hall too.
It was. Yeah. I feel like that teacher would have like called us out. Like, he would have been like, where are you going?
Yeah.
And so I was like, just gonna like sit here, and all of a sudden I'm just like puke. Like, literally try and like cover it. So like I puke like in my arm, and like it starts dripping down me, and I'm just like, and everyone was like in the row was like, are you okay? Like, what am I supposed to do? And I literally sat there just like with like the puke in like my arm, and I was just like, time to go. That was pretty embarrassing because people were like, and I swear the teacher saw me because I was in the front row.
How long did you have to sit in the class?
It was like 10 minutes left. Like, yeah.
And you were just sitting there just like oh my god.
I was too embarrassed to like stand up, so.
My next one also happened in junior high. The first one happened in junior high too, I guess. So I was sitting at lunch. This was just, I was known for this for a while. Sitting at lunch, minding my own business. I was with my ladies sitting at the table. We were talking about whatever junior high kids talk about, I don't know. And all of a sudden I like look, and like there's just someone walking towards me, and I was like, okay, whatever. And it's this guy. And all of a sudden I noticed that like everyone that he's walking like behind him is like looking in my direction. And I was just kind of like, okay, like what's going on? Never talked to him before, anything. And he has like an arm behind his back. He pulls out a bouquet of fake flowers, gets down on his knee and says, I just think that you're so great, Clarissa, and I just want you to be my girlfriend. And the whole lunchroom is literally like staring at me at this point. I don't know, maybe I had seen him a few times. Yeah. And so everyone was there. It was junior high, so I was gonna like do that. So I was like, yes. And literally everyone, like, someone was videoing it. Like, it was so embarrassing, and it was silent the whole time.
What were you supposed to say? No?
Yeah, and oh my gosh. Everyone that I saw in the hallway that day, they were like, hey, Clarissa, like, how's your new boyfriend and all that kind of stuff. And I was just like, I don't know, like, this person.
I would have literally, like, what? That's so awkward.
Yeah, a bunch of people are probably going to text me after this and be like, I remember that, and I'm gonna be sad.
Did you like text him or like after and like be like what, or did you
I saw him and I was like, hey, you know this can't work out right, and he was like, I thought you were gonna say that. And I was like, what? I was nice. We were nice about it. We were very cordial, but
that's
yeah,
so
it was
awkward.
bad.
My embarrassing stories do not live up to these. Okay.
Mine are so weird.
That's because of the school you went to.
Yeah. My school just sucked. I hate them all, you know.
So my next story happened, I was in high school. It's like a really like bad story. Anyway, me and my cousins got invited to the like Olympic summit, media summit, whatever, so we got to interview like the Olympians. But then also
my stories don't live up to yours.
Okay. But like also the Paralympics.
Yeah.
So they were like in wheelchairs and stuff. So like one of them, like we were interviewing, she was in like Paralympic basketball. I do not remember, and like we have to interview them, so like I don't know anything about basketball. Like what am I supposed to ask? And so I was like, why'd you choose Paralympics basketball? Right? Like I didn't see anything wrong with that. And she goes, because I had cancer and they cut my legs off or something. And I was like, and my cousins were just like, Maggie, like what? And I was like,
you didn't even
know that is not what I meant. Like, oh my gosh, like okay. And I was like, oh, like I'm so sorry. Like what? I was just like, I meant like, why'd you choose basketball? Like, there's so many other sports. Like, and I was just like, I feel uncomfortable. Like, I need to leave.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that was kind of embarrassing, and I think about that a lot.
Oh my gosh. Do you know her name?
No.
That's probably for the best.
I probably figure it out, but I was just like, oh my god.
So, I don't know why this was such like a source of me getting made fun of, but I get in these moods where I just get really hyped up. And this happened, actually no, this was in junior high too. I was really embarrassing in junior high, I guess.
Everyone.
I know, and they haunt me all the time. So, we were on the DC trip. If you got to go on the DC trip, you know, it was an honor to be able to go. And
did you guys have to get like elected or something?
Yeah, and we had to go through like this process to go on it for some reason.
That's weird.
It was a big deal. So, we had like this booze cruise, but it wasn't a booze cruise because we were little. But basically, like they gave us punch, like it was fun. It was time to dance, and so the DJ chose a hype man, and for some reason it was me. And so I just got so excited that I never get chosen for anything. So I was so excited, I took it so seriously. And I got everyone to dance, but apparently I did this really weird dance move in the heat of the moment, and I don't even remember what it was, but everyone would just talk about it, and like it was so embarrassing. Not at the time, but it was just afterwards everyone talked about it, and they were like, I remember Clarissa, she was dancing like this, and I was like, oh my gosh, every single time I would talk to them. I just said my name wrong. Clarissa.
Stop.
I was like, wait.
Clarissa.
That's something that I would do, and you like probably didn't even know.
Yeah.
And
like I wonder.
like, what are you talking about? Because they literally made it up. Like you never even did that.
I never even thought about that. But how much do you think people just make fun of me and I don't even realize that I'm doing anything embarrassing?
Me.
Because they never tell me.
Me.
Probably all the time.
All the time. Oh my god. Did I just delete the whole thing?
Yes, recently deleted.
Okay. Perfect. We love that feature. I have one that I just thought of. It's like really not that embarrassing, but like it was embarrassing. I was either in 8th grade or freshman, so either way. My hair's always been super long like my whole life, and one time I was just like, I want to cut it because I didn't want to do curl formers for cheer. So I cut it, and I cut it to like here, and I was like, I still have to do them. I'm like, Mom, I need to go and cut it more, right? So I cut it to like here, like literally here. And I was like, oh, like it's like cute for like a day. And then I was like, this is like horrible. Like who let me do this? So then I had to go to school, and everyone started calling me Willy Wonka and like Dora and all these mean things. And it was so mean, and I just was like, well, I like my hair, so I need to find a picture. I want to show you the picture right now.
The whole entirety of this story is just like a slideshow of your pictures.
Ew.
Please send that to me. This was probably like a few years ago. I went to McDonald's because I was with my mom. No, I was little because I don't go to McDonald's with my mom anymore. Obviously, I was always in charge of the ketchups for some reason. So I would always like go get the little containers and go back to the table. So I went and did that, and like I was super excited. I was super hungry, so I put both of them in one hand, and I had one hand ready to grab the first fry because my mom always wants to. So I like walk up to the table, and my mom's like sitting down, so I like walk around her, I grab a fry, and I dip it in and eat it. And I literally like am chewing it, like I look up, and I was like, that's not my mom.
No.
And I literally was like, oh my gosh. And she was like, I was like a little kid, so I didn't know how to like apologize for it. And she was like, you're fine, you're fine. And then my mom's like walking, she's like, hey, what's up? And I was like, Mom, and I just started crying.
I've always been like afraid of like getting in like a car and like it not being my car and like somebody's in it or something. One of my friend's moms did that. She like sat on the guy's lap.
He was sitting down?
Yeah, like he was like in the he was like in his car, like in the driver's seat, and she just like got in and she was like, oh, like what? And then he's like, what are you doing? Okay, so my next 3 are from when I was really little, because I think I used to be really embarrassing when I was really little. So one time my dad was in the backyard, I was 4, and I was like trying to like find him. So apparently I just like ran outside like around my house to find him, and I was completely naked. My neighbors were outside. They're still my neighbors. It was like I was working in the back and you like ran around the house and couldn't find me, and you were just like naked. And I was, like,
you exposed yourself so young.
I really put myself out there.
Yeah. So this one happened, I think I was in like 6th grade. I went to church with my like family friend after a sleepover, because like we would go and we would have our sleepover, and then you would wake up, like they would make you food and we would go to church together. Like we were both Catholic. So we were kneeling, like, and kneeling is like 3/4 of the way done with church. I wake up and I am like slumped over like the thing, and I fainted while we were kneeling in church in the middle of it.
You there?
No, I like was kneeling and I guess I just like went over, and so they like there's like 2 people, they like pick me up, we're like walking out of church. Everyone else is still kneeling on the ground, like not even sitting, like everyone's on the lowest level and we're standing up walking out of church. They start giving me like orange juice and donuts because they always have that after church, and they were like, yeah, we didn't know what you were doing, but all of a sudden you just like slumped over, and I like apparently like touched the person in front of me too.
For people like watching you just like being carried out.
Yeah,
Why did you faint?
I don't know, I think I like hadn't eaten yet that day.
So my next one, I was in like preschool or something, and I don't know, I think they were divorced, like just recently got divorced, I don't know. My dad was like not stylish when I was younger, like, and he had to dress me. Either he dressed me or I dressed me. Both my shirt and my pants, they were Hello Kitty, I remember this. They were on backwards, and my teacher was like, sweetie, like your clothes are on backwards, and I was like, what? Like, what? And I was like, oh my god, everyone was like making fun of me because my clothes were on backwards all day. Like it was at like the end of the day or something, and I was just like,
and she finally told you.
Yeah, and I was like, how did I go the whole day with my clothes being on backwards? Like, not just my shirt, like my shirt and my pants. Like that's embarrassing.
This one was the most recent and probably the most like just, it's still raw. I'm still upset about it. I don't know how this happened. This was the class that we also had together. Apparently like embarrassing things just happened in there. Like the biggest lecture hall.
Yeah.
Iowa State, I think. I was just getting something. I had my computer out, like I was taking notes, and I had to get something out of my bag, so I grabbed something out of my backpack, and literally out flies a pair of underwear in the middle of like the row, and someone like looked at me and she was like, and I was literally just like, oh my gosh. So I had to get up, like move my computer and like grab them and just like punch them in my bag because I was so mad. It was so embarrassing, and I have no idea how they got in there.
At least they stayed in your row. Like what if they like flew across the room like to the next row and you just like had to stand up, like walk around? I would have just left them. I would have been like, wasn't me.
That's all I have for embarrassing stories. I don't know what the most embarrassing one would be though.
Definitely the guy asking you to be his girlfriend.
Yeah.
That one's pretty embarrassing.
That one was like a...
But not even on your part. Like, that's just, like, awkward.
Yeah, it was... Oh. Yeah, that one wins. So, hopefully you felt embarrassed enough with us, because reliving that was just...